Hi there guys, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a shootout on the Hounds of Love. Hi there guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if this is your first time, and if it is your first time you could do me a service by hitting like and subscribe below. It really does help keep the channel going, it helps the channel grow. Right, as you saw by the thumbnail and the intro, today's video is all about Kate Bush's The Hounds of Love, of which I have two copies here. One's the Fish People repress, and the other is an original from 1985. Now, I want to discuss a couple of things around this album. Obviously, the sound quality between the two pressings, but there's also, we can't ignore the elephant in the room, and that is the track The Big Sky. For those that don't know, on the original release, The Big Sky had a specific mix. In subsequent remasters and reissues, the original album mix has been removed, and they have used the special single mix that Kate done of The Big Sky on all subsequent releases of the Hounds of Love. So the only way of getting the original mix of The Big Sky is to buy an original from 1985. Why did she change it? She has gone down on record as saying that The Big Sky caused her the most problems out of the whole album, by the sounds of it. I think when the album was released, I don't think she was 100% happy with the mix that was on the album, and subsequently the single mix that came out after the release of the album is the one that she spent a little bit more time on, and I think she prefers the single mix to the original album mix, so she replaced the single mix on the album subsequent releases. That's my thoughts on it anyway. If you know any different, hit me in the comments below. You know, I'll be interested to know what your thoughts are on why she changed the version that's on the album. Anyway, a little bit of background on this album. I bought this first in 1985. This isn't my original pressing. I got this the other week from Rewind Records, but I originally bought this in 1985, played it to death, wore the grooves out. Specifically on side 2, the 9th wave. For those that don't know, this album is in two halves. It's an album of two halves. On side 1 you've got the Hounds of Love, and on side B, side 2, you've got a piece called the 9th wave, which is a concept piece about someone lost at sea, potentially afraid of drowning and waiting to be rescued. Yes, so what can I say about the differences in the mastering of these two records? Well, obviously the remaster was cut from digital files. This repress sounds pretty good. It's dynamic, it sounds good, this remaster. I think she spent quite a bit of time remastering these. I don't know who the mastering engineer was on this, but I think she was involved with it. It's on the Fish People label, it's her label, and I think she had a vested interest in the remastering campaign for her back catalogue. I've already done a shootout video of the kick inside. You can, if I remember, I'll put a link to it below. That was quite an interesting review. But then we get on to the original, and in comparison, what can I say about the original? Well, again, this is dynamic, it sounds really, really good, but this sounds a lot better than the remaster. Why? This has got a brighter mix to it. This is slightly brighter. It's more punchier. I think there's more bottom end on this release. As always, affected a lot of these remasters. They tend to boost the mid frequencies a lot. So this suffers pretty much the same as the Kick Inside did. It's good, but it's too middly for my tastes. I prefer the higher top end and the higher bottom end on the original, less middle frequencies. This sounds really, really good, punchy. When you get onto the 9th wave on the B side, this album comes into its own. Many times I used to lay back in my bedroom when I lived at home with my parents. I used to turn the lights off, just put the 9th wave on and just lay there with my eyes closed and listen to that whole side of the record. It's really unsettling, really jarring, and a fantastic piece of work by Kate Bush. She actually performed it in its entirety when she did a run of shows at the Hammersmith Apollo back in 2014, I think it was. Yeah, she performed all of the 9th wave, much to the chagrin of the fans that were there that were expecting Wuthering Heights, and they never got it. But yeah, I mean, right, to be fair, the remasters, I think, of Kate Bush's back catalogue have all been fairly good. They've not been rubbish. They're perfectly serviceable, but to my taste, the original beats it hands down. There's more bass on this, there's more top end, less middle frequencies, which makes it more, it just makes it more punchier. There's more detail in this. You can actually hear the instruments better, and there's also the fact that this has got the original mix of the Big Sky on it. When I first heard the Big Sky on this, I wondered what was going on, because I thought, it's different. Why is it different? It's totally different. The mix of the Big Sky on this is totally different. So for that reason, the winner today goes to the original by Kate Bush, The Hounds of Love, the original from 1985. It's punchier, got more bass, more top end, and it's got the original mix of the Big Sky on it. What more could you want? And with that said, that's that review over, and I will see you in the next video. Cheers, bye bye.